Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. So now guys, I have used this Yoruba idiom quite recently, but it is more appropriate now than ever. Kí ló ń bẹ nígbó tó ń dún màúrú màúrú, tó bá fẹ́ pani jẹ kó kúkú pani jẹ, bí ò sì pani jẹ kó má ṣe dún màúrú màúrú mọ́ni mọ́. So as I said, I have used it quite recently, but it is more suited to this situation now than ever before. Kí ló ń bẹ nígbó, by the way, it means what is in the forest that is making this scary noise. If it's going to kill, let it kill, and if it's not going to kill, then it should stop making the scary noise. Guys, I bring you this. There will be a Suya feast when next herdsmen cows invade my home. This is Wole Soyinka now coming out and talking tough. Of course, we all know what happened recently with these people now trying to intimidate the professor in his own home in Abeokuta, all on account, of course, of the fact that he has been now sounding alarm about the goings-on in the country. But I don't think, yes, the person that is going to intimidate Professor Wole Soyinka has been given birth to yet. I think it was Chinua Achebe that said the beautiful ones are not yet born, and I am saying that the ones that are going to intimidate Wole Soyinka, especially in his own home, are not yet born. As again, there will be a Suya feast when next herdsmen's cows invade my home, a headline attributed to Professor Wole Soyinka. So now let's now see how the professor talks tough. Nobel laureate Professor Wole Soyinka has criticized the Ogun State Police Command for denying that cows invaded his building in Abeokuta, Ogun State, warning that there will be a Suya feast if such happened again. Soyinka on Thursday stated that he would invite the police to join the feast as there will be no lack of cadaver affirmation. In a reaction titled Mad Cows and Madder Narratives, the Nobel laureate from Kenta Housing Estate Abeokuta noted that it was unprofessional for the police to deny an incident that had photographs and other obvious proofs. He said, "For those who truly seek details of the Ejegba incident, I hereby affirmed that I was never physically attacked, neither did I attack any cows. The cows and herders did, however, attack my property, and not for the first time. The police need to be very, very careful, learn to be straightforward with public information. Failure to adhere to that obvious basic form of conduct means that the public would lose total confidence in security agencies and constantly bypass them in times of civic unrest, no matter how trivial or deadly. How on earth could the police claim that my property was not invaded by cattle? It was. My groundsmen knew the drill and commenced the process of expelling them. Fortunately, I was then driving out and was able to lend a hand by vehicular maneuvering. Both cow and herdsmen were flushed off my property. Once they were outside the gate, I came down from the vehicle and beckoned the herdsmen to come over. At first, they pretended not to understand. Then I approached and they fled into the bush. We thereupon arrested the cows, confining them to the roadside, while I sent my groundsman, Taye, to the police to come and take over. Since they took rather long in responding, I summoned a replacement and proceeded to the police station. On the way, we met a detachment and turned round, and together we returned to the scene of the crime. Soyinka noted that the police wanted to commence combing the bush for the herders, but he stopped them, asking them to keep the cows and the owners would show up, which was what happened. I thoroughly resent the police version which suggests that the cows never invaded my home. Home is not a building. It includes its grounds, and it was not a stray cow or two or three, it was a herd. We have photos, so why the lie? It is so unnecessary, unprofessional, and suspiciously compromised. The police suggest that I have nothing better to do than to go accosting cows on the road. To what end? If the police demand proof, the next time such an invasion takes place, I want that there will be no lack of cadaver affirmation, and the police will be officially invited to join in the ensuing Suya feast. So please, let us get serious. He added that the menace of cattle imperialism under any guise is an obscenity to humanity. So let me serve notice that we are about to commence a process of public sensitization. We hope even the police will join hands with the agenda as it progresses. A special practical plea: now that the railways are being resurrected, let us make cattle wagons a priority. I grew up with the regular sight of those practical conveyances. It is time to bring them back, he concluded. Cows had been reported to have invaded the residence of the Nobel laureate on Wednesday, an incident which drew condemnation from various groups and quarters, although the police in Ogun State denied the incident, saying it was a case of straying cows. So a case of straying cows, in spite of the fact that a notable and respected figure like Wole Soyinka, an 80-something-year-old man, is saying that, look, it was a herd of cows and there were photographic and other evidence of this taking place, to the point that they chased the herders away and they retained the cows at the spot to then flush back the herders back to come and give account of their actions. So this was what happened, and this was the version of Professor Wole Soyinka, the person that experienced the incident. But of course, the Fulani police of Nigeria will forever back the Fulanis. So two narratives of one incident, one by the professor and one by the Fulani police of Nigeria. And this now incident is a macrocosm of the general experience that Nigerians are experiencing, especially in the southwest. So these people just roll their cattle onto other people's property and cause damage. They have now done it again to Professor Wole Soyinka. So now, if Professor Wole Soyinka is now saying in the public space that this happens to him, then it goes on to affirm all of the countless narratives and stories that we have been hearing of these things happening to other people. Because Professor Wole Soyinka, of course, is not somebody to come out in the public space to casually make unguarded comments, and he is now giving account of what has happened to him. Professor Wole Soyinka, of course, will stand firm and stand up to these people, but alas, these people, they have no respect for Nobel laureate or no Nobel laureate. You can be professor all you like, but they will just hack you down if you go after their cow. We've seen it happen to countless people. The fashionati daughter, the doctor rather, in Ibarapa, in Igangan, in Ibarapa local government area, that sparked off us on the Igboko to say this is too much. So Professor Wole Soyinka will just fall into that category, one of the countless prominent or everyday people within the southwest that have been lost to now cow imperialism, as the good professor has now described it. Come share thoughts about all this with me in the comment section. He said is the narrative now. Professor Wole Soyinka is giving one account. The Fulani police of Nigeria are giving a different account. Where does the coin land where you flip it in this particular equation? But before you come into the comment section to engage, click on the red subscribe button so it turns gray. Bell button notifies you every time I drop a new video. Click on like as well, because that helps the YouTube algorithm. Once you've done all the clickings, come join me then in the comment section. Come tell me now what you're making of this now incident that has happened on Professor Wole Soyinka's property. So I'll leave you here. Carry this conversation on with you in the comment section, but here I say peace.